Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode of the American Landman. I just got done looking at this property, came out of the woods, met the neighbors, and they said, hey, we want to sell our property, which is a cool little 5-acre cabin in the woods with a well, had an outhouse, it had electricity, pretty cool. But today I'm heading up to a new listing, roughly 12 acres with an off-the-grid cabin. We're going to take a look at it, and you're going to come and join me, so stick around. We're going to walk a covert property tour, Polk County, Wisconsin, a cabin on 12 acres land on today's episode of the American Landman. Okay, well, we are at this property, kind of a cool property in Polk County, and I found the cabin right here, and it's a lot more overgrown than I thought. And he says it's locked up, so I'm gonna work my way up through the brush and see if we can't get a sneak peek inside. Okay, here's the cabin. Has not seen anybody for a long time. It actually looks fairly solid. I'll have to see if I can sneak inside here, see what it looks like. But I'm gonna kind of just do a 360 around it. Believe it or not, it doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. Siding is still fairly solid. Let me get back to the backside here. All right, here's the backside. You know, this is probably built back in the 20s, 30s. These windows, I always look at this stuff. These are old, and you can see it's got a steel roof up here, which, believe it or not, can be pretty good. It can last, or maybe it's not. It looks like it's shingled. Looks like it would need a new roof. I'm gonna see if I can get inside here, and I'll take you guys inside. One thing I do want to say is when you walk up to these old cabins, look up and see if you have any of these things, these nasty hornets, because they will get you, and that may not be good. But we got this place unlocked, and I'm gonna take you inside for the first time, because I don't think anybody has been in here for years. Here we go. All right, we're walking into history here. This has not seen anybody for quite some time. Kind of cool though. Old hunting shack, the kitchen. Every lady wants to see there. I'll come back to that, but I'm gonna give you the quick tour, see if there's any old bodies laying in here. Doesn't look like there is. You know, as you look around here, I don't think you'd get a loan on a place like this. These old wooden stoves are kind of cool. I always kind of look around and see if anything looks like it's wet. This guy here, probably pretty indicative of this area. But for the most part, it actually looks somewhat livable. I'm gonna take you back into the bedroom here, but there's spider webs in here. Here's the bedroom. There is no power, guys, so I can't get it any brighter than it is. Let me see if I can open up a window a little bit. Get some light in here. There we go. That's a little bit better. So just a little hunter's cabin, 1 bedroom. Not in terribly bad shape, actually. You know, the roof is insulated. This is styrofoam paneling. You know, you'd probably update these windows. They're single pane windows. You know, really old. And you look out the window, you can see how it's all growth. You'd have to open that up, but still pretty cool. I could actually see somebody coming here. There are bites, spider webs all over me. It just doesn't look like it's been here for a while, and I love these old wood stoves, and this would be fantastic, you know, sometime sitting here in the winter. Let me take you into the kitchen here. Propane cooktop, old kitchen, another looks like probably wood or maybe oil stove. Okay, the things you look for on these old places are, you know, the condition. You want to see if it's rotted, and it looks like you got a little rot down here that this can be replaced. You look at how straight it is. Obviously these windows, they're functional maybe for a cabin. You're not going to do anything with them, but they're still usable. You just kind of do a circle around these properties. I'm going to get to where I can maybe see the foundation. Here you go. This is what they're doing with the gray water. It's just coming out of there. A couple propane tanks that they bring in. It looks like it's probably sitting on the ground down here. So no doubt there's critters inside there, but it doesn't look rotted actually. So it looks actually pretty good. And then just kind of do a round all the way around. You can see it's sitting up on blocks down here. Sometimes that is not decode, or that won't be decode now, but you might be able to get through it. And you look down there, it looks pretty level. It actually looks pretty good. So you do a 360, just kind of see, what condition everything is. And actually, this doesn't look too bad. If you can come out here and clean this out, you got a little place in the woods, and there's a road down below there, and you got yourself a little cabin in the woods. So when you look at these places, you just kind of have to evaluate it for what it is. I mean, it looks fairly level. It's obviously really grown up. Nobody's been in here for years. You're gonna have to do a little cleaning out. But actually, I think if you came in here with a chainsaw and took out some of the brush, cleaned up the grounds, opened this house back up to the sunlight, it's actually not too bad a shape. And when you do the once around, you kind of look at the easy stuff, the foundation, the siding, the roof, and the windows. Those are the things. Other than that, it looks like it's a seasonal cabin. You could consider making it like a 3-season cabin, a little bit more insulation. And you're going to come up here, and it's going to be a little getaway. But the best thing about this is, we've talked about this a lot, we're near 20 million people here in Minneapolis. This is on one of those travel corridors that I talk about. We're within an hour of a lot of people on a nice little quaint lot. It's about 12 acres in size. It just needs some TLC and some cleanup. So these can be little gems. And then if you put a little extra work in there, such as water, bring in electricity, put in a septic, those types of things are obviously going to help you, in the value and building some equity. The final thing is, you're probably not going to get a loan for this. Very few bankers are going to lend on something like this. So we're looking basically at land value here, with the bonus that we still have a cabin that is salvageable. Well, the key to finding a good property list like this and making it worth something is looking at it in terms of not necessarily what it is, but what it could be. And why would people come here? This property happens to be on a pretty famous trail here called the Ice Age Trail, among many things that this area offers. This is the St. Croix River Valley. We got the St. Croix National Scenic Waterway right behind me, a beautiful wild river, and we're only about 40 miles from the Minneapolis Metro. While this property is in the woods and it's very overgrown and it's on the edge of being in disrepair, it's still salvageable. So you come in there, you clean these up, and you look with an eye of how you could force the equity up. Why would people want to come here? What do they see? What do you see that they don't see? That's the key to finding these properties. You come in here, like I said, you clean this out, you advertise it well, Ice Age Trail, scenic waterway, and the river road that has many, many people that are just touring, bikes, motorcycles. I've seen dozens of Corvette cars going by. So obviously these groups are recognizing this opportunity as well. You clean up these properties, you do a little work, and if you can find the ones that just need the cosmetic sweat equity, that's money right out of the gate. So go out there and you find these properties, look at them with a little different eye. The opportunity is where no one else sees what you see, and that's the key to this property. I hope that helps you. This is a really interesting property. If I get it listed, you're going to know about it. But we're just checking it out now, and we're kind of seeing the possibilities of what could be. I'm Neil Hogger, and I'm a land specialist for Whitetail Properties Real Estate on a covert property tour here in Polk County, Wisconsin. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The American Landman.